Hey y'all, it's your boy Big Mike. You know that dude you be seeing on the streets and be like, hey, ain't that dude that be doing them YouTube videos? Yeah, that's me. And for today's topic, we're going to be talking about I got me a new ride. I went to the car dealership today and I bought me a 2002 Chevy Suburban. And while I talk to y'all about this, I'm going to be getting my eat on because I got two bacon double classics from Wendy's. So I'm about to just dig in real quick because I haven't hardly eaten anything all day. And I am super starving. And before I just get into this long day that I've had, I would like to know, how was your day? Comment below and let me know anything what you did because I'm sure everybody has a bad day, but man, it started out good and just ended horribly for me. So I need some good news. Y'all need to tune in and give me the real. To start today, I got up at around 6:30, 6:45 and got dressed, and before I could just fully even get to the door and wait for my ride, which was the Southwest Human Resources Association or whatever you call it, he called me and said that he was waiting out front. So I think that they were very punctual, and the appointment was scheduled for them to pick me up at 7:30. Asked me why. He was like maybe 10 minutes early. And I'm not complaining, but I just should have gotten up earlier before. No, they just started blowing up my phone and said, "We're outside, buddy." I already knew that they might have had some other passengers. It was only one. When I got in the shuttle bus, and then he was driving like a good 35, 40 minutes out the way, and had a little transfer where somebody else was taking over his vehicle, and we had to wait for somebody else to show up to take me where I needed to go, and then they picked me up in this little conversion van, which was smaller and a little harder for me to get into. So I wasn't really too happy about that because these little public transportation vans and the shuttle bus that they first picked me up in was very hard for me to ride in. Like, they needed to take some air out of their tires or get some air ride suspension or something, because It's like I got a pinched nerve in my lower back. And every time they hit a bump, it was just like jolting because the ride was so stiff. So I mean, I'm not really complaining about it, but then I am because they went from a vehicle that was roomy enough for me to just be halfway comfortable in to a smaller vehicle. And like I said, the ride on both of them, the quality was just like real rigid or whatever. So that hour and a half, it was just real stressful because I couldn't just like sit any certain way and be comfortable with all the jolting that they were doing, because like where I was sitting at, it was like towards the rear of the vehicle, like over where the rear tires were at. So every time the back tires hit a bump, I felt it. Anywho, they finally dropped me off at Mike's Autoplex, and I seen the vehicle that they were ended up selling me before we pulled up on the lot. So it's like I already knew that it was going to be a red Suburban. It's a 2002, by the way. And no, I walk inside and tell them that I'm here to look at the vehicle and get started with the paperwork. Tell them all of my payment plans and stuff like that. So we ended up going for a little test drive, and then we went to get my insurance and stuff first, and then we went for the test drive. So he noticed that the air conditioning wasn't blowing cold or getting cold or whatever. So after we got back from paying for the insurance, um, he took the vehicle back to the auto repair part of the car lot or whatever. So he was talking about he's got this $10,000 piece of equipment that will get my air conditioner up to snuff. So while we were in there filling up the paperwork, he was having his team, fix the air conditioning. And let me tell you, when they got done emptying out that old antifreeze and fixing that freon for the to get that air conditioner running right, I had snowmen throwing snowballs all up in my face. I'm talking about cold, cold. And today was a decent day. I mean, I could have, like, if I didn't just check the air conditioner, he pointed it out to me. It's like he turned it on and was going through buttons and knobs and switches for me. And today, it was like I said, it was a nice, decent day. We got up to like the low 70s, like 72, 73, somewhere up in there. But with it being a 2002, which now categorizes it as a vintage vehicle. It's more than 20 years old. So with that being said, I just wasn't gonna have any like major complaints about it until I started doing my test drive. And I noted like some squeaking or something. I don't think it was the brakes, because like when I hit the brakes, the noise stopped. It's something else. So I still gotta figure out what this squeaking noise is. Anyway, yeah, so we get all the paperwork squared away. I must sign my name or my life away for a good, I don't know, 15, 20 pieces of paperwork. I signed like, I just signed my name. My hand was already hurting, so with me having this carpal tunnel, it's like my handwriting was a little slurred without me just being intoxicated or on any drugs as it is. And then once I got to about maybe 12, 14 signatures in, my hand really started cramping, and he kept saying, we only got like 2 more papers to go for you to sign. So I'm looking at him like, you said that 2 pages ago. And like I said, I must have signed at least those 16, 18 pieces of paperwork over here. And the reason that I'm making this YouTube video is because I was very happy that I got my own piece of transportation. You know what I mean? I was thinking that I wasn't going to have to bother my mother with taking me to go grocery shopping or wherever else I needed to go, the bank or whatever. And it didn't work out as I planned. Like the dealership is in North Memphis, and then when I was getting closer to home, I had put some gas in the car because they barely had like a quarter of a tank in there, and I found out the real hard way that it wasn't going to take no quick, $40-$60 for it to fill it up. I put like $65 in there, and it still was a quarter of a tank empty. So I'm knowing that it's going to take like $80, somewhere around there, to fill that big Goliath gas tank up. But I ain't complaining. I kind of halfway knew that it was going to just be a gas guzzler. But just a few specs. I don't know. I still don't know that much about it besides what I Googled about Chevy Suburbans. That's that age. Like I said, it's 2002. But it had 189 miles on it. So you can Google a Suburban for that year and just kind of get a ballpark on what I spent for it, because I'm not just really telling no one how much I spent on it. And that was like the first question that my mother asked with her nosy rear end. Like, number one, I didn't need no co-signer to drive it off the lot. Number two, I'm not asking her or nobody else to help me with one payment of getting it paid off. So three, I don't think nobody needs to know how much I paid for it. How about that? Oh, but it gets better. It gets a whole lot better. And when I mean better, I'm talking about worse for me. I was like maybe 2/3 of the way home, and like I said, I stopped and got gas and was going to get me a bite to eat. So I turned around and I kind of rolled up on the curb in a parking lot. So when I tried to put it in reverse, it got real hard to do. And I don't think that it was just the vehicle's fault. It was more, more of my physical disability preventing me from getting it in reverse. So I'm trying to get it in reverse, and I kind of just stopped there, just like paused for a minute, and I wasn't like blocking the entrance into the parking lot or anything, but a few guys saw that I had just like kind of brushed up against the curb a little bit, and they were like, "Are you all right? Do you need any help?" And I'm like, I just need a minute. And they were saying, talking amongst themselves, saying that the police are about to show up. Just I mean, I hadn't hit nobody or damaged any property or nothing when I brushed up against the curb, but sure as crap, them boys in blue pulled right up on me, and they got extra nosy, asking all kind of questions, and are you all right? And said ran my driver's license and said that some people had reported my driving skills, and I'm like, man, dang, I just bought this car today, like slapped my down payment on it and got my full coverage insurance and everything, and these I'm trying to keep it G over here. These waste of skin reported me, so like he never gave me a ticket because I hadn't done anything wrong. But it's just like, man, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So he's asking me, I'm talking about the cop, asking me how old I am and how much do I weigh. Like, that don't have nothing to do with anything. And I understand that I'm on the disabled side and whatever. I like I said, I brushed up against the curb a little bit and couldn't get it in gear because of my little arthritis situation. But I hadn't done anything wrong, so he's rambling on and saying that I'm not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to let me drive the vehicle home because I'm so disabled or whatever that I can't. He doesn't think that I'll be able to let me drive the vehicle home. So he asks, "Is there anyone, family member, friend, no, they could come get me and drive the vehicle home. And I was like, no, at first. And then it's like, this was like around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And like I said, I've been up this morning since like 6:30 and didn't get to the car dealership till like maybe 10:30, 11 or so, and went through all that paperwork or whatever and test driving and everything. So at this point, it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and he goes on, again, ask me, is there anyone that can drive you home or anything? And it's like I just like sucked it up and said, no, maybe I can get my mother to come get me. And sure as crap, it took her like 45 minutes to almost 50 minutes to come and get me. So I'm and in the back of my head, I'm over here boiling because I know she's gonna be up my rear end just trying to be nosy. Like, man, I didn't get to stop at the liquor store, but if y'all been watching my YouTube videos, y'all already know. It's Modelo time. It's Modelo time. And I promise you, I'm drinking one of these beers while I'm doing this video, and I'm gonna chug like 2 more of them after I hit the end button. So I don't want y'all to think I'm an alcoholic, but this, like I said, today was a nice day, and I came home and didn't turn my little area heater off, so it feels like it's like 80 something on the inside. I hurry up and turned it off, but sure as the doo-doo stink. I'm gonna plug my air conditioner up tomorrow and enjoy the beginning of this summer over here. I mean, not summer, spring. I'm sorry, because I don't do hot weather. I mean, I'm from Michigan and everything, and Tennessee, we have our light winters and stuff. But we had snow like the beginning of the year, like about the second, maybe third week of January. And then maybe about a week and a half ago, we got another nice little dusting of snow, and it don't last no time. And it's like I didn't just like video record it and make no post on Instagram about the little fluffy snow that we got. But I don't want no parts of this. Excuse me. I don't want no parts of the South's summers over here. It's like in-house air conditioning. When you go on a ride somewhere and it's like above 78, and you get into all them 80s and 90s and 106s, I don't want no parts of the South summer. Like I said, it's too that gum hot. I need AC blowing in my face, like not just roll the window down and just get a nice warm gust of air going across your nose. I need AC. You hear me? And I appreciate what they did before I drove it off the lot and got my air conditioner up to code. You know what I'm saying? That was a real major thing right there. I'm still kind of perturbed about the little squeak. Like I'm not mechanically inclined as far as picking apart quirks on a used vehicle or whatever, but this like I said, if it started out good and ended up the way it did, man, it's like the dealer, I mean the policeman was a complete butthole, talking about he could have got sued if he let me go and I ended up getting into an accident or something. And I'm like, man, in the back of my head, like, whatever, dude. And he's talking about I have to go get my go take the driver's test over again and the written part. So I'm like, man, I gotta stay up later tonight and just Google like questions that they may ask when I go take this written test, and gotta remember what I have to do as far as wearing my seatbelt and looking in your mirrors and all that crap. Like, man, my driver's license, it don't expire until like 2024 over here, and he's just making me spend extra money because of a small mishap. Like, I'm so want to blow the Collierville police station up, like with some grenades and some, just like completely wipe the whole station off the map. Like, boy, man. And then these that ain't it. These two double big bacon classics that I got from Wendy's cost $14.58 plus tax. So you can just say that's $16. And I don't just think that it's worth $8 per burger, even though I did get the doubles, and they got cheese on both patties and put lettuce and tomato and bacon on them, and it's like it's good and everything, but it's just like with the whole inflation and everything is going up over here. I don't just like see how this cow, as in burger, cost $8 per burger. Like, man, if it was like filet mignon or some kind of wagyu beef or something, then yeah, I would have just took that. It's like, okay, well, everything is going up. I understand that, gas and just everything's going up. It tastes good and everything. It's just like fast food is starting to cost just as much as going to Applebee's or Chili's or something like that, and those are still like I don't want to just like downgrade them, but they ain't just no 5-star restaurants or whatever. But let me get into this beer because it's just hella hot over here. Yes, sir. That's most of what a boy needed. Excuse me. Not bad manners, just good beer. Like I said, I wish I could have stopped at the liquor store and got me a pretty little bottle to toast myself to getting me a new vehicle, which I haven't had any wheels under my feet in more than 10 years. It's like I bought a 1983 Chevy Monte Carlo. I love Chevy for life over here. But yeah, I even told the dealer that I had my little joke talking about the only reason people who drive Fords is because they can't afford a Chevy. I thought that was a little funny thing that I was just gonna throw in while we were having our little conversation while we were at the insurance company or whatever. But yeah, that's how my day went. And it's like, man, I'm so pissed. I'm glad I got the vehicle, but dang, this punk ass cop gonna tell me I can't drive the vehicle that I just bought until I go and get my license renewed or whatever you want to call it. A good day that turned into a bad day. I had to leave my truck in the parking lot. Now I have to call somebody tomorrow to see if they can like take me to go pick it up, because I don't want to just leave it there for days and days, even though I'm not supposed to drive it. So I gotta figure out something, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Kind of dreading having to call the dealer tomorrow and tell them that I might not be able to bring the remainder of my down payment. How much I spent on my down payment ain't none of your business either. Go mind your business. But yeah, that's how my day went. I hope your day went a whole lot better than mine. Excuse me. That's gonna do it for today's folk. The day is March the 17th, but I'm not gonna post this video because I just uploaded one today. Excuse me, man. So that beer was good. That beer was like, whoa. But yeah, I'm going to post this one next week and talk to you lovely folks a little bit later. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. Don't leave a comment or two and share the video. But most importantly, if you're not subscribed to this channel, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. Like right there. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. And tell a friend to hit that subscribe button. That's what you do. That's going to do it for this week, folks. I'll get at y'all later.